Today on Eagle Nation News, we have a show that's all about connection. First up, we stop by the Sherman Celtic Festival. Next up, we visit the new dog treat store, Wolfgang. And finally, we sit down with a student about mental health. All of this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News. Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Elsa Meyer.
And I'm Maddie Kett, bringing this week's stories. ENN starts right now. Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us here again at Studio 301.
Today is March 28th, and the weather for today is a high of 70 and a low of 66, with rainy and cloudy sky and small rain showers throughout the day. So make sure you have an umbrella.
Also, this weather has been all over, and this weekend was the perfect festival weather. Nuala Adams shamrocks and rolls into the story.
Even though St. Patrick's Day has just passed, Irish spirits are still high, especially here in Sherman, where they're having their 8th annual Celtic Festival, drawing in a crowd from all over, including Prosper.
This is my first time at the Celtic Fest, and it's really cool seeing all the different music. I'm Irish, so I love seeing all the people enjoying heritage and culture that you usually don't see in your day-to-day life.
Although this is a first for some from Prosper, one teacher has been involved since day one.
I actually am one of the founding members of the Sherman Celtic Festival. I'm on the board. And it just started with someone had this idea to have a little Celtic festival to support the bagpipe band. And I reached out to him, I was like, hey, I'll help out with music. Gotten a lot of inspiration from the bands up here.
But Mr. Logan isn't inspired as just a listener.
I've been playing folk music my whole life. A few years ago, a fiddle player that I know was available, and so him and I started jamming, and we thought, hey, let's make a band. And that just sort of grew and evolved into River Driver.
3, 4. Juggling teaching with a music career, Mr. Logan finds motivation in encouraging his students.
Sometimes it's exhausting playing on the weekends and then coming back to work on Monday, but I love it.
I think it's really cool that a Prosper teacher is doing this because it shows other students that they can do more than one thing.
I always tell my kids, I teach video production, even if they're not passionate about video production, find something that you are passionate about and do it.
But above all else, Mr. Logan pursues River Driver to spread the love that he has for the music.
Really, my favorite part is seeing the people that we bring joy to through music, just seeing the smiles on their faces, seeing them clap and sing along. Really, I believe God gave me these talents to be able to share and bring joy to people. And that's what I think is the best part of this.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Nuala Adams.
River Driver performs all around Texas, so check out their Instagram to see where they will perform next.
Also, Prosper ISD definitely found their pot of gold with our staff.
On the topic of music, one artist is making headlines in the music world.
Stay tuned. Talent Talk is up next.
Today is the last day of Hope Week. There have been so many fun events planned with the theme Hakuna Matata, which means no worries. Today, stay on theme by dressing to represent your team or organization. If you participate, make sure to tag Hope Squad on Instagram and X, both at Hope Squad PHS.
From music to movies, there are so many changes in Hollywood.
Imogen Perez is in studio with this week's Talent Talk. Thanks, Maddie. After 3 years, Lady Gaga is going on tour once again with her Mayhem Ball Tour. The pop icon will be kicking off the tour in Las Vegas July 16th. She even stated in an interview with Y Entertainment that it's her first arena tour since 2018 and how she wants to, quote, create a different kind of experience, something more intimate, closer, and more connected that lends itself to the live theatrical art I love to create. Ticket pre-sale is now open for sign up, and fans can start purchasing tickets as early as this Monday, March 31st. Sadly, it seems like Gaga isn't coming through Texas, which means fans might have to travel. Switching from the stage to the screen, Avengers Doomsday has just been cast. The movie centers around Doctor Doom bringing together the Marvel Universe for the first time since Endgame came out in 2019. Why don't you see for yourself? The film is bringing in the Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts, two movies which haven't even been released yet. And it's bringing back the original X-Men actors, including James Marsden, who will play plays Cyclops, and Patrick Stewart as Professor X. But with the new faces coming in, we're also losing some fan favorites. Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight, and all of the Guardians of the Galaxy are absent from Doomsday. This upset many fans because of the large following for both Tom Holland and Peter Parker, as well as other actors. Personally, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm so disappointed that they won't be returning. Well, on the topic of casting, the cast for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has just been announced. While all the actors from the main film will be coming back, like Josh Hutcherson, who played Michael, and Matthew Lillard, who played William, there will also be many new actors introduced into the movie. One of those being Skeet Ulrich, bringing back the iconic duo between him and Lillard after 28 years since the first Scream movie was released. This thrilled many fans because of the actors' great friendship both on and off the screen, so it's no surprise that Skeet will be playing Henry Emily, William's best friend and business partner, alongside Audrey Lynn Mary, who will be playing his daughter, Charlie Emily. Freddie Carter has also been speculated to be cast as a lead for the movie after photos on set were leaked, and fans are guessing he'll be playing Jeremy Fitzgerald, the night guard and main protagonist in the second video game. While the rest of the cast is still up in the air, there will be a teaser trailer posted sometime next week, so make sure to keep an eye out. The first movie was amazing, so I can't wait to see this one when it comes out in December, but what do you guys think? Back at the desk.
I saw the first FNAF movie and it was definitely a little creepy, so I'm a little scared for this next one.
Maddie, I have to agree, it was definitely a little scary, and I'm sure this new one will be no different.
With all these new movies, there must be a fun way to watch.
Gretchen Seipert has more.
Thanks guys, with the start of the warmer weather, it's the perfect temperature to spend some time outside. What's better to spend some time than watching movies? Tonight here at PGA in Frisco, they'll be playing the Garfield movie. At 7, as of right now, the movie is still happening, but plans might change because of the rain. You could stay updated by checking the Frisco PGA Facebook page. It is a free event, so make sure you grab your blanket and stop by. And don't worry, if you can't make it tonight, they'll be hosting this event every Friday with a new movie. I will definitely be stopping by tonight, but what do you guys think?
This event is such a great way to have some extra family time, especially since it's only 15 minutes away.
Something else close to home is a new business coming to Gates of Prosper, who's taking their own spin on pet grooming and treats.
Bradson Swick takes a look into the mission behind Wolfgang.
Thanks, Maddie. When you think of gourmet food, you may just think that they are meant for humans. But why not our pets? Well, forget your average doggy kibble, because in Gates of Prosper, there's a new bakery in town that not only provides gourmet treats for your furry friend, but also takes pampering your pooch to a whole different level.
So we were looking to be a business owner, and dogs is something we love, so we try to combine our passion and the business opportunity. It's just they're sweet creatures. They are there always. They love you unconditionally.
This is the first time I left her for any.
And it's that exact love that Wolfgang works to give back to your pet. Through their specially trained groomers, they hope to give your loving animal the best experience they can receive.
Every dog who comes in, they get special treatment, so they're with the groomer the entire time of the groom. So if you have an appointment at, let's say, 11 a.m., the dog's going to come in and they're going to meet the groomer. The groomer takes the dog to the back to get their bath, get their blow drying, and then they come back up to our calm, peaceful grooming space that has calm music, so that they can finalize that groom.
And along with a top-tier grooming, Wolfgang also provides your animal with organic and natural treats and food, which are free of any harmful or artificial ingredients.
So the product part is natural, organic treats for dogs, dog food. A lot of our products are very simple ingredients. Most of them is just one ingredient. For example, the chicken chip is just chicken. That's the only ingredient on the product. We also like to offer fun things like the bakery cookies items. It's great treats to celebrate our dogs for like a birthday party or any other special occasion.
With Wolfgang being a new addition to Prosper, they aim to give the community a safe place for their pets. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Bradson Swick reporting.
Tomorrow morning will be the official ribbon cutting ceremony for the store.
It will be giving animal adoption opportunities, and the first 10 customers will get free treats for the whole year.
Sounds like there's going to be a lot of happy pups and wagging tails.
Something else fans are happy about is sports. Don't Leave Game Time is up next.
Here we go!
Spring sports are in full swing here at Prosper.
Isabel Moulter is in studio with this week's Game Time.
Thanks, Elsa. Leading off with baseball, your Eagles went 2-1 this past week. First falling short 2-3 to the McKinney Boyd Broncos, but then getting back into the swing of things, shutting out Plano East on Saturday 12-0 and Tuesday 3-0. Key players from Tuesday's victory were senior pitcher Hank Rizzo, allowing 0 hits and totaling 4 strikeouts, along with a lead-off home run by junior Alex Pavia. The team is now 13-5-1, heading into their next matchup against Rock Hill tonight at home. Running over to softball news, your Lady Eagles are first in district with a record of 13-2. The ladies took home 1 win this week, beating McKinney Boyd 8-3 on Wednesday. The team will next take the field tonight at home against the Plano East Panthers. For a full preview of tonight's game, check out our sister publication, EagleNationOnline.com. Moving into boys soccer, over the break, the Eagles faced off against the undefeated 15th in-state Capel Cowboys. Colton Boston has the full game recap.
And we knew that they were not invincible, regardless if they were first ranked in state or not. And we kind of went with that mentality, right?
You know, it doesn't matter who you're playing really. It's just about what you do on the field and what the team does, and you just got to play good and focus on what you can control in the game.
And with that, the first round of playoffs for boys soccer kicks off, with Prosper striking early on with senior Lucas Towson scoring the first goal. Prosper would then go on and get another goal to get an early 2-0 lead against the Cowboys. But after a made penalty and a goal, the game was now tied going into the second half. Kicking off the second half, both teams played their absolute best, with both teams scoring 1 goal, not only sending this game into 2 rounds of overtime, but also into penalties, where the Capel Cowboys would end up winning in the 4th round.
Through the years and with experience as a coach, I understand that there's nothing to be said that is going to make him feel better after a game like that and after a defeat like that, especially seniors. That probably was the last game. Maybe they expected it, maybe they didn't.
Yeah, obviously it's like, sad senior year, going out. I mean, made playoffs was the first part, but having that loss, sad loss for everyone, but no regrets really on the season. It was a great season, and I would do it all over again if I could.
While the boys were eliminated, playoffs are in full motion for our reigning state champion girls soccer team. In the first round last Friday, the team closed out Geyer 2-0, with both goals coming from senior Reagan Roberts. Advancing to round 2, your Eagles became area champions, shutting out Arlington High School 4-0. And now tonight, the team will move on to the regional semifinals against the Friendship Tigers at 7 p.m. Good luck to our girls soccer team. And last but not least, in track news, our boys and girls competed in the Aubrey Relays as well as the Jesuit Sheener Relays. Our girls swept the competition in Aubrey, taking home 3 relay first places and 7 first places in individual competitions. And at the Jesuit Sheener Relays, junior Zayden Krempen broke his own school record in shot put, throwing 54 feet and 4 inches. Not only have we celebrated Prosper Sports this week, but we have also participated in Hope Week, bringing awareness to mental health here at PHS. Christina Krasnova has more.
Viewer discretion is advised. In the following program, there will be mentions of suicide, self-harm, and depression. If these topics are triggering for you, proceed with caution.
There's been a steady decline in teens' mental health over the past decade, and it isn't getting any better. One student at PHS is standing up to speak out about teens' mental health, not only for others, but also herself. It all started in middle school.
People would start picking on me because I would dress differently, or I would talk differently, or I had a different style than everybody else. I had pretty much no friends, and that's kind of whenever it processed. I'm lonely, and I really have nobody to talk to.
Thoughts of self-harm and suicide started creeping into her mind, which only made her mental state worse.
I did not have any courage to tell anybody what I was going through. Whenever I had a breakdown and somebody was there for me, it dawned on me like, oh, I need help.
In that moment, Mar's mother, despite the stigma around mental health that she grew up with, saved her.
I was just there to listen, so she would know that even if I don't understand what she's going through, that I would do my best to help her, that I love her no matter what, and that she can trust me.
Even after starting professional therapy at the age of 13 with the support of her family and using art and music as a way to express her emotions, Mar still has to fight off the bad thoughts.
Part of growing up with depression and anxiety is having to understand that it is going to stick with you no matter what you do. I just don't want to reach the point where I feel like I'm completely alone again.
According to YRBS, quote, 4 in 10 high schoolers in 2023 still experience persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness. JLD Counseling's Jason Doherty tries to get to the root of this cause.
There's just so much going on with them that I don't think people recognize how tough it is, and that it's very easy for someone to say, well, don't let it bother you. Well, it's a lot easier said than done.
Moving into high school and finding herself in a new crowd, Mar was able to realize something life-changing.
I'm not the only one dealing with depression. I'm not the only one dealing with anxiety. And no, I'm not completely better. Obviously, it's not something that I can just fix with medication like a physical illness, but it is something that a lot of people deal with, and it is something that should be talked about more.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Christina Krasnova.
If you or someone you know is struggling with the thoughts of suicide, call the number on the screen and never be afraid to reach out for help.
That's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Thank you for letting us tell your stories. Once again, I'm Elsa Meyer.
And I'm Maddie Kep. Have a great weekend and
go Eagles!
Eagles.